Okay, good morning everyone. So, I wanted to do a hopefully brief video of 2017 or 2018, whatever you want to call it. They're basically the same. I guess 2018 technically. F-350 versus F-350. So, this is an interesting side-by-side comparison, because these are both, they're 2018s, I guess. They are both 2018 F-350s in 1/64 scale. And they're both supposed to be ruby red, which is the current maroon color for the F-350 trucks. However, you can see they are, especially with light on them, they are visibly different. Two different configurations. You've got a long bed dual rear wheel, and then you have a short bed single rear wheel. So really more of a F-250, even though it's labeled as an F-350. And they're from two different manufacturers. You have Speccast, which came out with theirs earlier this year, versus Greenlight, who came out with theirs later this year. So we saw the Speccast version first, and then we saw the Greenlight version. So I kind of want to do a side-by-side of these, because this is really a pretty good side-by-side. Same color, same model, just a different configuration, right? So the Speccast came out first. This was Speccast's first crack at a 1/64 scale pickup truck. And I think they did a very good job with it, frankly. Some people aren't happy with them. I am. I'm happy with them. I think they look good. They have a two-piece design, so you can see that the bed is actually separate from the cab, like an actual pickup truck. And the reason they did this is because they came out with a Dewey's version of this truck, which I'll have to do a side-by-side comparison of that uses a Dewey's arm bed for handling hay bales. And it has dual rear wheels. It's an actual F-350 dual rear wheel chassis cab in that case. So I'm just going to get right into it. This truck has very clear windows. It does have cab glass. The windows are clear. That'd be, what, translucent, I think is the proper term. You can see they are not tinted at all. Very good cab interior detail for a 1/64 scale truck, in my opinion. Let me see if I can get that to focus a little bit better. So very good detail in my opinion. I think that's great for a 1/64 scale truck. You know, front bucket seats, rear bench seat, has a decent little steering wheel. The dash looks pretty accurate. It has the little storage tray there in the center stack. For windshield wipers, they just have a little, just a little bit of detail kind of stamped into the front windshield. They're clear. They're not painted or anything, but they are visible. The mirrors, you can see the mirrors are not bad for such a little truck. They have decent detail. The turn signals / clearance lamps are not painted on them, but that's okay. It also doesn't have clearance lights on the cab, but, you know, it's basically an F-250, so that's okay. A lot of those trucks don't have clearance lights. The front gets a little cheesy, so it's basically one big piece of plastic chrome finished plastic, if you will. There's no black detail on the grille. There's no black detail down here. None of the components that in real life are black plastic are black on this thing. And they should be. It would look a lot better. Now, the thing is, the stamping itself, the actual piece is good. So someone could go in and paint in the black, and it would actually look really sharp. So you can customize it and make it look extremely good. Nice Ford logo on the front. The headlights are probably my least favorite part. I feel like these are really cheesy. So there are clear headlight lenses. You can kind of see back in here, it is clear. See the turn signal, and see, you can see that's clear plastic, but they took these stupid stickers. They're supposed to look like a real headlight, or maybe it's a tampo, I'm not sure what it is, and they stuck that on there. And it looks really cheesy to me. I don't like it. There's an F-350 badge there. You can see that. There's no Power Stroke badge or anything, but that's okay. Door handles are painted silver. Looks nice. Has the little 4x4 there. Oops, focused on the wrong thing. So that looks nice. Wheels look good. Oh, let me see if I can get this to focus. Wheels look good. They have holes in them for the individual spokes. That looks good. Fuel filler caps right there. Looks good. They have some step bars on the sides. Not any detail, not any texture, but they're present. I'm fine with that. That looks good to me. The bottom is kind of plain. It is metal. That's a black metal bottom. So, gives it a little bit of weight. It has, you can see, I mean, there's just really not much detail down there, but that's kind of to be expected. Has this big hitch on the back there. Rear bumper's not bad. It's not painted. Nothing's painted on it, but it's not bad. Ford logo on the back. Yeah, you can kind of see there. The rear bumper doesn't have any kind of paint on it. The bed looks just like that. Not bad. Kind of plain. No black on the bed rails or anything like that, but I'm okay with that. I mean, overall it looks good. You know, there's your cab glass on the back. You can kind of see inside a little bit. You can see that center stack a little bit in there. Decent interior detail, if you ask me. Overall, I like this truck. A lot of people kind of crapped on it and didn't like it. I like it. I think it's a neat truck. The paint job is very good. The paint finish is very good. Now, you did notice that we have a significant difference in color in that one versus that one, right? So you do see that. You do see a very much a difference in the paint color. This ruby red is probably more accurate. This one's a lot lighter. But I think for 1/64 scale, this one looks fine. As long as you don't put it next to this one, it looks just fine. I don't have a problem with that color. So I just find it kind of interesting. Overall, I really like the Speccast F-350. I think it's a nice truck. I do think they're overpriced. These go for about, lately I've been seeing them for about $18. You might be able to find them for $15, $16. A little bit overpriced for me. That's why I don't have a bunch of them. But I do like them. This is a nice truck, and I do like it. So, moving along, this came out later this year. This is probably more accurate on the paint. This probably matches the real thing. This is the Greenlight F-350. Looks very nice, much heavier. It is a lot heavier than this guy here. This guy's fairly light. This thing is heavy. Metal bottom. Again, not much detail, right? Except for the exhaust. I actually really like the exhaust. That's not accurate for a diesel because it has the dual tip, but oh well, that's okay. The bottom is this kind of weird silver bottom that you see on 1/64 scale toys. Overall, the truck is really nice. Paint quality on these are good. I'm very happy with the paint finish. They look really good. Again, here's your 4x4. Kind of hard to see there. There. Your 4x4 decal, which actually, you know what? I don't think that's accurate. I think... Come on, focus. I think this 4x4 decal's a little bit better. Well, maybe not. No, I guess that's accurate. I guess it's good. Okay. So I like that. That's nice. It has the rear fender since it's a dually. You can see the clearance lights on there. Wheels are pretty nice on this one. It doesn't really appear to have individual spokes or anything. Of course, this is also a 3/4 ton. So it's going to have like the big Alcoa, the dish style rims. Yeah, dish style rims on it. You can see Goodyear Wrangler tires. It has that printed on it. That's really a nice detail. The rear lights are pretty good on this one. This one does have more detail. You look at the rear bumper, there's black plastic on the top of the bumper, just like the real one. There's also black plastic on top of the bed rails, the bed frame rails, or not frame rails, but just the bed box rails, whatever you want to call it. There's black plastic trim on top of those. That's very accurate. You can see the King Ranch decal. There's a Ford decal. That's all very nice, because this is a King Ranch trim level. You can see the little Greenlight hitch back there. Oh, excuse me. Decent headlight detail, or tail light detail rather. Has a little bed liner. That's actually pretty nice. These are nice features. Has the little dome light on the back of the cab. That is something. So this one doesn't have that. So let's do a quick little comparison here. This is painted on. These taillights are painted on. But it also has this dome light on the back of the cab, this cargo light that's also painted on. This truck has lenses for the taillights, which I would argue are better. However, no dome light on the rear of the cab, so it's missing a detail there. So just be aware of that. You know, has the fuel filler lid just like the other one. Has better step bars, more detail there. You can see the black and the treads on it. Has a little Power Stroke diesel decal there. That's impressive. I really like that. Has the door handles like the other one. Also has the little keyless entry detail on the driver's side door. The mirrors have some accents on them. Oh, but they don't have orange on them. I thought the mirrors had orange paint on them for the turn signals and clearance markers, but I guess not. They don't have that, but they do have some silver accent. It's a little sloppy on the paint there. Has the F-350 decal there, and I don't know if you can see, but there is a little blurb for the King Ranch trim on there. It just doesn't really fully show up. The windows on this are not as clear, and it has a black interior, so it's a little harder to see inside. You can see it has clearance lights on top of the cab, like most one-tons do. This does have the front detail, and you can see it's a little sloppy in places, but it does have the black paint. It looks more realistic there. And the headlights on this one are 10 times better, because instead of trying to put some stupid sticker on, these are actual lenses. And they just left it all natural. And I do believe on the Speccast, if you took the stickers off, it would look fine. You can see the windshield wipers. They are painted black on this one. You can see the cab interior. It's pretty much on the same level as the Speccast, same level of detail, I would say. Looks about the same. Just to give you a view of the other side. They have a keyless entry thing on this side, which that's not accurate. They only have the keyless entry on the driver's side, but that's okay. Looks like a little more interior detail. Those doors actually have a little more detail on them compared to the Speccast. I'm trying to get you a good look on the inside, and it's hard to see because these windows are so dark on these. You can see the mirrors are painted silver on this, and they are on the Speccast also, but there's another level of detail on here. So this, you can see both the main mirror and the convex mirror for trailer towing. The Speccast doesn't have that. The Speccast, it's just one solid piece of silver on there. So that's something to keep in mind. You can put the gooseneck hitch in the Greenlight one too. They're a little weird gooseneck hitch thing, but I haven't done that. So I like both trucks, to be perfectly honest with you. Dollar for dollar, the best value is your Greenlight. I would say the Greenlight is very nice, very high detail, very good quality, very good truck. It looks impressive. It is heavy. It's nice. But the Speccast is really nice because even though this is an F-350, this really kind of symbolizes your F-250. And so it's nice because you have one of each. You have your dual rear wheel, your bigger 1-ton, and then you have more of your 3/4 ton style truck. So they're both very nice toys. They cost about the same, $15 versus about $15. And they're both really nice. I like having both of them. If you could only get one, I think you would need to get this one just because it is the better truck of the two. But they're both very nice. This is a little pricey for what you get, but I still like it. So, anyway, hope you enjoyed. Thank you.